Hello, hey everyone. I am Joey Sparks, and God's mercies are new again this morning.
This morning with my mind set on Jesus. I woke up this morning with my mind.
John chapter 9 contains the sixth of the seven main signs in John's gospel. They all point to the reality that Jesus is the Christ, the Son of God. Now, this miracle is fascinating. It's memorable. It's clear and unique as to how it takes place. And it's fascinating in its chapter because the miracle itself takes place over a few short verses. And yet the whole chapter is devoted to these guys who critique Jesus. And there's a lot of back and forth and conversation and accusations. Now, Jesus sets the stage for the miracle before he ever performs it. He asked his disciples who sinned. Who caused this man to be blind? Was it him? Was it his parents? Well, Jesus spits on the ground, makes a paste out of the mud, wipes it on his eyes, and then has the man go walk across town to the pool of Siloam and tells him to wash. And then when he washes, his sight is given to him. He's born blind, and yet now he's given sight. Now, this creates a fuss because it's on the Sabbath day. And the Jews think, you know what, I don't care who you are. I don't care what great thing you think you just did in healing a man. You don't have the right to do it on the Sabbath day. That was their perspective. So that creates this issue of sin that becomes the discussion. They keep accusing Jesus of being a sinner. And yet, Jesus just healed the sight of one who was blind to show exactly what it is that he came to do on a spiritual level. He said, chapter 8, he's the light of the world. Those who follow him don't have to walk in darkness anymore. Well, now he's giving sight to one who's lived in darkness all of his life. That's the same offer he gives to each and every one today who follows him. And we cannot emphasize enough the man's response because they keep pestering him, these Jews do, and he eventually says, listen, I don't know if he's a sinner or not, but one thing I do know, I was blind and now I see. I was blind and now I see. There's something you and I could take away from this and learn from this blind man. It's that if we follow Jesus, if we have obeyed Jesus the way he teaches, then he has made us seeing after having been blind. Sin blinds us. Sin restricts us. It's darkness. But he gives light. He gives us light. He gives us sight. I was blind, but now I see. And of course, it continues back and forth with these critics. And one of the things that Jesus makes clear to them is, he says, for judgment I came into this world, that those who do not see may see. That's the blind man, and that's those who are lost in sin who then come to the light of Jesus. Then he says this, and those who see may become blind. Those who see physically might become even more blind to the truth of God. Jesus' existence, the great works of God that he performed for many, for all who saw them, were a watershed moment. Either you believe and follow and you're given spiritual sight, or you reject, you remain critical, and you grow even more deeply in your spiritual darkness. One thing, I know I was blind, but now I see. Thank you for your time today. It's our humble prayer that God's timeless word will be your meditation all day today.
I woke up this morning with my mind set on Jesus.